Hi, good evening, everybody. Welcome along. Wednesday night is with us yet again. Doesn't these weeks go so good? Don't these weeks? That's better English. Don't these weeks go so quickly? Right, we have, as always, a great show lined up for you and another illusion this week. We had an illusionist last week, which was absolutely fantastic. And so, because that was so good, we're going to try and have another. Well, we have got another illusion, but we'll see how good it is. I've seen it. I love it, but we'll see. Anyway, moving on rapidly from me wittering away here, talking absolute nonsense. Our first performer over to the USA, to our very good friend and wonderful performer, Robina. Hi there, Robina. Thanks, Robin. We love silks and flowers, we do. Right, from deep in the heart of Texas over to what my good friend Tommy Burnett calls the mystical isle, said in a mysterious way, on his Tuesday night magic show, which is being done in New York every Tuesday night. Hey, where was I? Yes, Isle of Man, of course. Michael Kelly. Hi there, Michael.
Hello, Kevin. Well, I'll admit to feeling a bit nervous about tonight. It's very easy to have bravado before the moment comes, but you'll know what I'm talking about in a minute or two. I'm not really looking forward to this performance, but I'll try to entertain you with it anyway. I'm sure some of you will find certain aspects of it amusing. Last week, if you were here, we talked about the possibility that vampires might actually exist. And we investigated this with the help of a letter and another pack of tarot cards, and Tommy inadvertently restored Count Dracula to life, which was a bit of a kick in the backside, but there you go. Anything for your entertainment, you know? Well, I wanted to take things one step further and to say, is there actually any physical evidence that such things can be? Well, there's a tale of another vampire from Venice in a time of plague, and of a young woman who enticed him to her room, and in an act of supreme self-sacrifice, kept him there, feeding off her until the cock crowed. And as the first lights of the morning sun came through the window, that vampire vaporized, crumbled into dust and ash. And this was fictionalized in the film Nosferatu, which itself was a version of the Dracula story. And a very fine tale it is too, except when excavating an old house in Venice and its damp, crumbling basement, a little pile of soggy ashes were found. And among the ashes was one more solid piece, a cinder, a relic burned to a cinder and yet still recognizable. As you can see, is there life in the old dog yet? Well, deep down in the midst of the ashes, something else was found, something which hadn't been touched by the conflagration at all. And that we have here. The vampire's heart. Now, when you have a vampire and its relics, you leave yourself open to all kinds of interesting phenomena if you're not careful. And tonight, I so want to not be careful. I'm sure you all know what this is. It's usually used for shaving. So let's see. Now, believe me, kids, don't try this at home because it hurts as much as it looks, okay? So on the count of 3, and those of you who are really astute now will know that I'm just talking to delay the inevitable. But that would never do because we're limited for time, aren't we? So 1, 2, 3. And the blood I will smear on the heart. And we wait. We wait to see if anything at all will happen. Do you hear that air being drawn through empty blood vessels? There's no need for panic. I haven't fed it enough blood tonight to reanimate it completely. And after a few moments, it should quieten down again. Maybe one day I will. Who knows? And won't that be entertainment? Thank you, Kevin. Back to you while I bandage myself.
Please unmute yourself, it says to me, which I will do. Thank you, Martin. Horror face. That was rather spooky. I did like that. Jill is looking very, very perturbed. I noticed, Jill, you turned your eyes away several times while that was on. You've got to watch it all through, right the way through. Okay, thank you, Michael. Fantastic. Right, our next performer is going to do an illusion for us. Some say he's the world's greatest illusionist. Well, let's play the video.
Person that this is quite possibly the best magic act in the entire world. In fact, it's also been said that this particular fellow is quite possibly the best magician in the entire world. Now let's have a big warm welcome for the man who said those things. Lee Germain!
we're going to close the show with one of the most popular and often performed illusions in magic. This was invented back in the early 20s by Harry Houdini and performed by him. It has been performed by most illusion teams down through the years, and a lot of them claiming to do it in the fastest possible time to set a record. We are not here trying to set any records. I just want to get through this thing. There we go. Now what's going to happen is Judy is going to be shackled with these steel shackles. She's going to be placed in this heavy canvas mail sack. I'm going to tie the sack shut. I'm going to place her inside this crate. The crate is going to be locked with these two heavy-duty bolts. Then I'm going to surround the crate on three sides with another piece of canvas to prevent her from escaping out the sides of the bag. Ladies and gentlemen, metamorphosis. Three, 4, 5, 6.
Didn't you? Thank you, Lee. I think he's somewhere in the audience watching as well. Thank you. Terrific stuff. Right, from the USA back over here to the UK and to somewhere almost up north, Roy Stone. Hi there, Roy.
Hi, Kevin. So, everyone, what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to actually tell you a story based on true facts, history, if you like. I'm sure you've all heard of Wild Bill Hickok, or James Butler Hickok, as his proper name was. He died on August the 2nd, 1876, from a gunshot wound, actually. Amongst many other things, he was a farmer, but his worst thing was he was a gambler. And I collect items. So what I've got here, I've actually got, well, I wrote on it, Bill's box. Because Bill was a notorious gambler and a notorious cheat. One of the things he used to cheat with was actually dice. So when he died, to stop him cheating anymore, they sealed the dice in the box. If you really let you examine that, they sealed the dice in the box on the number 6, because the number 6 was his least favorite number. He hated the number 6. It definitely wasn't his favorite number. So we're going to put that back in the box. Okay. So that was to stop him cheating at dice. As I say, he died in a card game. And in the card game, he cheated. What he would do, he would deal the cards and he would draw cards from his pocket and swap his cards out to cheat at gambling. And he actually drew 2 aces and 2 8s, I think, on his death, what they now call the death hand, 2 aces and 2 8s, because you think, what happened this day is someone caught him cheating and they actually shot him. And that's the actual bullet that went through his heart. It passed through the cards. You can see the cards. These are the original cards, still stained with blood. There you go, it's still stained with blood. It passed through the cards into his heart, and the bullet killed him. So we're going to try and reconstruct that game. So Kevin, I'm going to ask you, you don't need to come on screen, just going to use your voice.
Okay.
What he would do, he would turn some cards over the top and he would dispose of some cards. So it sort of made the game look fairer, although it wasn't. So I'm going to run this. Those also played for gold. So I'm going to run a gold card down. You tell me to stop anytime you want.
Stop.
Okay, I'm going to shove it in there. We're going to turn the cards over. And what he would do, he would dispose of all the face-up cards so that there was picking cards from the middle. And then he would obviously deal the hands. So 1 to them, 1 to him, them, him. It was 5 card. I've got there 4, 5 card poker. So he would deal them 5 cards. On this particular occasion, what he did, he reached into his pocket to pull out the winning hand. In this case, in that case, sorry, it was 2 aces and 2 8s. As he did it, he made a fatal mistake, and they realized that he was cheating at cards. They shot through the cards and they killed him. So we're going to look at the hands. So he gave them a 4, a pair of 6s, and a pair of aces. So he gave them 2 aces, 2 6s. Not a bad hand. They then drew his cards, and he had an 8, an 8. Oh, Kevin, you've managed to match the hand. 2 black 8s, aces, and 2 red 8s. And the reason that he realized that he was cheating and it sealed his fate and he was shot through the cards was as he reached in his pocket, he meant to draw out 3 8s and 2 aces, obviously a winning hand. What he drew instead, and remember, Kevin, you selected these cards, he actually pulled out his business card. Obviously, they realized he was cheating. There was an argument, there was a fight. He was shot through the heart and killed. Now, I told you that he also cheated at dice. And this is the original card. These are the original cards. And you can see it's signed Wild Bill Hickok. And in the corner, it's got his favorite number, 3. Whenever he cheated at dice, he would always gamble on the fact that he would get the number 3. And he could roll the dice and always roll a 3. At the beginning, to stop him from cheating, what they did, they sealed the dice in a box. But it couldn't be removed. If you were, you could check that kind of thing. But Bill is with us again tonight, because again tonight, he's managed to cheat at dice and cards and find his lucky number 3 sealed in the box, not number 6. So that's the story of Wild Bill Hickok, famous gambler from the West. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.
Lovely, Roy. Thank you. I really enjoyed that. Terrific stuff. Okay, from Derbyshire-ish, somewhere up there anyway, over to back to the USA, to Florida, to our friend Richie Nash, who hasn't been with us live for quite a while. And again, he's on video again tonight, but hopefully he'll be back with us very, very soon. But here we go, Richie Nash. Nice one, Richie. Thank you very much. And he'll be watching that on YouTube later, no doubt. Right. Okay. Where are we in the running of? We're staying in the USA and to a fantastic magician who I've known for quite a while now, and he does some terrific magic. Bruce Yoskin, come on in.
Welcome, everyone. I'm going to try something a little new tonight in the way of a card trick. And one of the things that I've learned as I've been working on this recently is that it requires, because there's so much activity for an assistant, it requires a really experienced, professional quality magician. And I happen to know that Jill is in the audience, and I wonder if you might be available to help out. Or not.
I would.
Oh, great. How are you?
I'm absolutely fine.
Good. Am I going to be on the screen as well?
I can only see you.
Yeah,
I can only see you. Pardon?
Spotlights. It did this last week for some reason. It as soon as you put a second person on, it threw them off.
There we go. Okay, Jill, as I said, there's a lot of activity for an assistant in this trick. It's not just going to be pick a card, sit down and wait for a result. So I hope you're up for that.
I'll do my best.
Okay, and it's me, so you know it's going to be a card trick. And let me get the camera to point in the right direction. And here we go. Jill, if you were with me, I would have you shuffle the cards to your heart's content and then return them to me so that I could make a prediction. So giving them a little shuffle there, and let me just, that came up right away. Let me just select this as my prediction card. Give them another little shuffle. Couple of cuts, and then we're off and running. Are you ready?
I
A
am.
lot of activity here.
Oh,
Oh, you look a little nervous. You don't have to be. Jill, I spread the cards like this. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to need to pick 3 cards, okay? You'll pick a card out of this section, a card out of this section, and a card out of this section. Now, I realize there's a lot of distance between this. There's some visual distance between this. So I'll just run my fingers along here. You say stop in this first section and we'll get a card. Oh, okay. So actually, there's a couple of different cards in here. There's about 3. So let's make a choice out of these 3. Would you like the one to your left, your right, or I'm sorry, left, in the middle, or the right?
left.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. We're going to move over here now. Do the same drill.
Stop.
Right here. This one's a little more clear. It's actually just 2 cards here. Your left or your right?
Left.
This one again. Okay, and now we're going to go over here.
Stop.
Stop it. It's a pretty big one right here. This one or
Yeah.
one to either?
The big one.
The big one. Okay. So what you've done, Jill, is you've chosen 3 locator cards. These are going to locate, hopefully, some cards that'll be very special to you this evening. So actually this afternoon over here. So let's start with this one. Okay, the first card you selected as a locator, a low card, 2. So the way this works is for every locator that's called out, I'll deal down that number of cards, and then we'll add a few as well. So that's 2 cards, and I'll cover it with the 2 so that we can forget how many are there. Then I can add some more. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got up to 8 cards here. I can add 1, I can add 8, any number that you'd like.
6.
6, starting from the beginning or in the middle?
Start from the beginning.
Okay, so there's 3, 6. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Another shuffle. And let's do that again. There's 10, a few more cards this time. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Covering it with the 10. There are 10 cards there. We won't be able to forget. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 again. How many? Oh, wait. 1, 2, there's 8 actually. How many would you like me to put down?
2.
From the top, in the middle, from the bottom?
From the bottom.
From the bottom. So those 2 cards go down. Okay. One last shuffle, one last card. And it is a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cover it with the 9. And then we have, actually, you know what? I don't need any more of the cards. So we'll just put them there. Okay. You're not finished. All right. Our next task is to put these cards in some kind of a stack. So I'm going to let you choose which stack will be on the bottom, which in the middle, and which on the top. Which of these stacks would you like to remain where it is?
The left one.
Your left.
Yeah.
Okay. So which stack should I put on it?
Right.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. And now I can either put these 2 on this or this one on these.
Oh, the middle one on top.
Like
of
this.
the others.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your last task, Jill, is to cut the cards. Now, of course, you can't reach in and do that. So I'm just going to riffle the cards like this. And when you say stop, I'll stop, and that'll be your cut. Okay. Keep in mind, if I stop on one of those face up cards, that's a locator card. That's not going to work. So I'll just do it again. Okay. Here we go.
Stop.
I went through. Maybe, can you see it? Again.
Okay. Stop.
Okay. Well, locator. Do it again.
Stop.
Okay. One cut. Would you like to cut again?
Yes.
Okay. We can do it again. We can do as many times as you like. Ready? I'm going. I'm doing.
Stop.
Right here. That's a second cut. One more? Or is that
No,
it?
enough. That's enough.
Okay. And one last spread. And here are the locator cards, the 2, the 9, and the 10. From the 2, we count 2. That's why it's a locator card. Okay, so 2, I'm going to take 1, 2. This one goes here, and I'll cover it with the 2. The 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Covering it with the 9. And the last one, I hope we have enough cards. I think we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're actually finished. Here comes the nice part. I hope. You, Jill, selected 3 different cards. You selected the 10, the 9, and the 2. We put them in 3 different piles. You arranged the piles. All of these cards have been mixed up any number of times. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Okay, let's see how you've done. The 10, the first locator has, look at that, located a queen, a lovely queen for a lovely lady. The 9 has located, never happened before, another queen, a lovelier queen for a lovely assistant.
Ooh.
The 2 has located yet a third queen. Now, we shouldn't really be surprised at any of this, because if you remember way back at the beginning of this effort, I made a prediction. And the prediction, this card is the 4th queen. Jill, you did a wonderful job. Thank you very much. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you.
Very Bruce. I have absolutely no idea how you did that. Fabulous. Thank you. Right, looking down the list. Right. Okay. He normally goes near the end, but we've moved him up because he's not being live tonight. But he's actually here to introduce the bit where he isn't here, if that makes sense. Tome Burnett. Hello, Tommy.
Hey, yeah, so I haven't been feeling too well, so I decided to have a video in case I, got sick in the middle of performing. But it's from a live performance that I did right before lockdown in my one of my one-man shows. So I hope you like it, and roll the tape.
Roll VT.
Give her a round of applause. Come on up. Yes, hi. Yes, thank you. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
We've never met before.
No.
But you seem really happy about that.
Yeah.
Tell us more your name, please.
Melanie.
Melanie, I'm Tommy. Very
Nice to meet you.
So we're gonna play a little game here, if that's
Okay.
okay with you. We'll be putting this over here for now. I'm standing right here. Good. So, do you like to read books?
Yes.
Perfect. You go to the library often?
Yes.
Yeah, good. So we're gonna take an imaginary trip to your favorite library. Do you
Okay.
have a favorite library?
Yes.
What is your favorite library?
Waterville Library.
In Waterville?
Yes.
Wow, okay, so imagine that on the count of three, because we don't have that much time, so I can guess it. We're gonna end up in Waterville, and we're there right now. And imagine that we have books everywhere. There's a bookcase here, there's a bookcase here, and there's a bookcase here. Which bookcase would you like to use? The one in the front? The one in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, and so with the one in the middle, what I'd like you to do is, we have the top shelf, the middle shelf, and the bottom shelf. What shelf would you like to use?
The top shelf.
The top shelf. So when you run our fingers back and forth, you say stop anywhere you want. Then here we're going to take out that book. You tell me the name of the book.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, which one?
First one.
The first one. That's the Philosopher's Stone.
Yes.
Perfect. See, I read in mine. I've never read those books, so how would I know? Because I saw the movie. Anyway, so imagine if we open the book and I flip through the pages. Stop me on any page.
Stop.
What page are we on?
Going into the junior.
Okay, but what page number?
365.
365. It's funny because the book only has 300 pages. But, so,
268.
okay, 365 is
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
I just want you to realize that you made all the decisions so far.
Okay.
Okay? Now, this is what it is weird. I want you to imagine that you see different words on the page, okay? And I want you to just think of one of those words.
All right.
Okay? Now, here's again what it gets weird, because we're going to put the book back on the shelf, and we're going to end up coming back on stage in New York City, off Broadway. And you have a word in mind? You have a word in mind that you saw on the video? Okay? Why don't you tell everybody what word you're thinking of now? Go ahead and say it.
House.
House. That's very interesting because I don't know if you know this, but in my jacket pocket, I actually have a piece of paper that was folded up to look like a handkerchief. And if you watch me very carefully, I open this up and look what it says. It says house. This guy is good. I have no idea what you're thinking of, and as far as you know, nobody else knows what you're thinking of either. Right? So this is the weird part. All I need is the first letter in your word. So if you don't mind, just tell me the first letter in your word. R. I know, this is weird, because I had no idea this was going to happen like this. But A, B, C, D, no, this is K. There's an R. Let me guess, the next one is an E, yes? Is it an E?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so is it E? And the next one will be an M, yes? Yeah? Yes, am I right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And then the next one will be, an I. And the last one, go ahead and say it next aloud. And check out the envelope, make sure there's nothing else in there. Is that your word with me?
That's the
Give
one.
them a round of applause. Yes, thank you. Excellent.
Oh, I caught me coughing there. Fantastic, Tommy. Really, really good. We love that. And we hope to see you back live next week.
Yeah.
Get over the cold. Right, okay, let's just have a look at our running order. We've done a bit of jiggling around because one of our performers is missing in action. He had a power cut and can't get back online. So coming up next is a wonderful magician all the way from the USA, Mr. Tome Gentile. Come on. Oh, that's Tommy. That's the wrong Tom. but we'll get the other Tom shortly. There we go.
Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is well. Tommy, I hope you're going to be doing even better. As we all know, what are magicians known for? Besides the rabbits. Card tricks.
Ah,
Can I have a volunteer? Let me go to gallery here. Anybody's hand? Anybody open? All right, I'll dare myself. I'm going to do it with all of you.
Well,
All right. Okay. I don't know if this will work. Let's see what happens. I'm going to show you a bunch of cards. Please think of a card that I could take out of there.
Yep, got one.
All right, got it?
Yep.
Everyone? Think very, very hard. Remember the card. I'm going to shuffle them up. Is your card gone?
Yep.
Thank you. Now, are there any golfers in the crowd? George, do you golf?
Bruce has got his hand up.
Bruce?
I've
All right.
been
Bruce?
known to.
Yeah, all right. No, Bruce was quicker. That's good. Let me see. Can you get Bruce on there? All right, Bruce. Now, America, you're from around here though, Bruce, right?
Florida.
Ah, okay. Can you see these 3 golf tees?
Yes.
All right. Now, and of course, this is known as a marker for those of you that don't golf. And these are golf tees. That's what you put the golf ball on. And close to your country is known for golf. That's why I was curious if we could have a golf volunteer. This is great. I'm going to move the marker from one tee to the other, and I have a prediction of, I think, and to even help me a little bit more, get my receiver going here. That's not even in the picture. All right. Be thinking. I can do the pink, the green, or the yellow. Where would you like me to go?
Oh, it's pink?
Well, that's what they tell me, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe red
yellow.
on the screen?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yellow.
We'll take
Yellow's
it.
fine.
Yellow? All right. Now, I know you don't live close to me, but I've got this thought even before we started. That you would pick yellow.
How about that?
Yep. Cross the miles, bring in the smiles. Now we have, I'm going to ask, as always, Jill, the perpetual volunteer. Thank you very much, Bruce.
Well, you're welcome.
Jill, if you're still here. You're muted, Jill. It wouldn't be a complete show without you. Oh, you're on the phone. Want us to come back?
Hello,
How are you?
I'm fine.
Would you please think and keep it to yourself a number between 1 and 15?
She's been called up to do her
I think
magician's.
it's a perpetual volunteer tonight.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
You got it in your head. All right.
Okay, so I just ring off.
Okay,
Just
done.
let me know what.
Hang on, there's something going on.
Okay, we'll
All
talk.
right.
I'll be
Okay,
there.
I'm here and I've thought of a number.
Sounds
You
good.
thought of a number. Is it on that card?
Take care.
Bye for now.
Bye bye.
No,
No. Is it on this card?
no,
How about this one?
yes,
Ah, excellent. And how about this one here?
yes.
Ooh. Just these two, not these two. Let's
I
double
don't
check
think
on
so.
this one. All right, let's double check. You said no to that.
No, no, it's
Okay.
not.
And no to this one.
No, it's not on that one.
Okay. But you did say yes to this one
Yes.
and this one here.
Yes.
Okay. So now I know we didn't write it down and we're going to take your word for it. You're still a young lady. You can remember things from even 3 or 5 minutes ago. I'm going to take
Sort
you at
of.
your word. Okay, close to it though. Don't want to distract you. Although this whole thing is called misdirection. You're probably thinking this is all about numbers, and it's not. It's the connection we have between the two of us across the miles. See, even across the miles, I'm causing smiles. This is great. 9 would be my guess.
Absolutely right.
Thank you. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you. And I'm sorry about the phone call.
That's okay. You're most welcome.
We'll let you off this time, Jill.
Sorry.
But next time we need an apology in writing, okay?
Call her
Okay.
back.
Right, we have a special guest who's said, I can do something for these guys. This gentleman is a legend in the world of card magic, and his name is Howard Hamburg. Come on in, Howard.
All right. Okay, you see the screen all right? Everything's fine here?
Yep.
I'm going to show a version of my 4-ace effect. And obviously the one thing that we do need are the 4 aces. And so I will remove them from the deck. And I want you to notice that the 4 aces are face up. The deck itself is face down. Aces face up, deck face down. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse the order of these cards. So we have the ace of spades, the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, and the ace of diamonds. Aces face up, deck face down. And one at a time, these aces are going to turn over like that deck. And I'm going to do it right in this one spot, very slowly. Now I could do this and we're finished. But let's try to do this magically. The first ace is the ace of spades. The second ace is the ace of hearts. The third ace to turn down would be the ace of clubs. The ace of clubs. And the last ace, the ace of diamonds. They say the most difficult ace of all. Now you've seen the ace of spades, ace of hearts, ace of diamonds, ace of clubs. I haven't left this area, and I'm doing this rather slowly. Yet, if I begin the process over again, but very slowly, it repeats. Now you're all magicians. You realize Howard must be using more than 4 cards, but really I am only using 4. I mean 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it.
Oh, thank you, Howard.
You're welcome.
Brilliant. I have seen that a couple of times now, and it just amazes me every time he does it. Brilliant, Howard. Thank you. Right, that's just about all we have time for, apart from myself. So I'm going to select a few people to help me there. I realize I'll only be dealing with one person in the end, but we're going to get a few people just to help make it fairly random. So, Lee Alex, would you like to help? And let's see who else. Who hasn't done anything tonight? Jill coming. Jill, you can be our randomizer. You can help us make a random decision. So I want you. Can you bring the gallery up and find somebody that that you select as the final participant? So that I'm separated by. So the Alex was first. He selected you, and you're going to select someone else. So I can't possibly know who the final person's going to be. So give us stick your hands up. Is there anybody out there who wants to give us a hand? And let's see. So Tom's got his hand up. Tommy's got his hand up. Who else has got? Mike Stanley's got his hand up as well there. So Jill, your choice.
Bruce.
Bruce. Okay, so Bruce, there we go. So Lee, the Alex. Okay, so Jill, you'll realise why I'm not going to use you in this when you see what we do, because I think you've seen a similar effect to this in the past, which you were involved in. So I don't want to do the same type of thing to you again. Okay. So thanks, Jill. So being up my randomizer.
Bye-bye.
So, bye. Lee. Okay, so if we can move Jill magically away. There we go. So Lee and Jill eventually ended up with Bruce there. But Lee, you're going to be the in-between randomizer as well. I've got 3 packs of cards here. I've got a card, which is a Ouija board card. I've got these from if you remember the movie Big quite a while ago, Tom Hanks had the K-Dar machine, which is the fortune-telling machine. And I've got a set of horoscope playing cards. Lee, we've got to eliminate some packs here, so I want you just to push one towards me, virtually. Just tell me which one you're going to push towards me.
Zoltar.
Okay, Zoltar, we pushed. Now, I'm going to hold 2 up here, and Lee, you're going to tell me to drop one of these to the table. Which one?
Horoscope.
The horoscope to the table. Excellent. Thank you, Lee. You've determined the outcome for Bruce.
Sorry, Bruce.
So, Bruce, if we say goodbye to Lee, and we'll just keep Bruce up with me. So, hi there, Bruce.
Hi there.
Bruce, pack of horoscope cards here. They just appear to be ordinary cards, but one of them is my favorite. And my favorite I have taken from a different pack, and it's somewhere here. There we go. So you can see that it's a red back, and it's got some writing on it. And in fact, the writing's the other way up. So I'm just going to do that so that I can see that it's got some writing. But I'm not going to let you see what the writing is, but it's the only one there with a red back. That's my favorite card. You're going to select a card in a minute, but we'll get to that. So do you believe in horoscopes?
A little bit.
So, I mean, I don't believe anything about typical Capricorn, to be honest.
I read them.
If you have a look to that side of me, that side, there we go, mirror image. You'll see that I've put up a chart, and it's got various star signs in it. One of those which will be yours. You obviously know which is. Don't say, but you'll know which yours is. Yeah, you know what your star sign. But if you didn't, it gives you the dates of the month to help you find your actual star sign. So have a look at your star sign there.
Yep.
And you'll notice it has a birthstone.
Yes.
So that is your birthstone. So take that with you from tonight, and remember that if you ever come across that stone, you should buy it, stick it in your pocket, a gem store or something. So that's your birthstone. And also there's a lucky number there. Find your lucky number against your star sign. So for example, if you're Aquarius, it'll be number 7, whatever. Okay?
Okay.
So you found your lucky number.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, Bruce, I will get rid of that. And we'll get back to the pack of cards. As I said, in here is my lucky card. I'm just going to give these a little bit of a cut so that gets mixed up into it somewhere. And you're going to now find what card is at your lucky number. So, Bruce, what was your number? What was your lucky number?
6.
6. So,
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to have a sneaky look. Ooh, that one. Ah. So that's card number 6. That is your lucky card at your lucky number. If you'd gone one more, yeah, or another one after that, it could have been anything, yeah? But that is your lucky card.
Right.
Okay, I told you that in the pack here, I have got my lucky card, which has a red back. I'm just going to find it. Mine is the 8 of diamonds, which I actually always choose. 8 of clubs, sorry, not 8 of diamonds, which is there. Oh, spotted it. There we go. So there is my 8 of clubs. So wasn't that one? Wasn't the Queen of Diamonds? It was you chose. That is my lucky card. And I'm just going to turn it there so you can see that's the red one we showed you earlier.
Mm.
Now, Bruce, there's no way that I would know your card, and you didn't know until we started what card or what lucky number you were going to do. And there's no way that's why I've made a random choice as to what your star sign was, because I couldn't possibly know it.
Right.
Okay. So if we take this up, it says your card is the King. Your lucky card, there we go, is the King of Hearts. And I think, let me just have a think about you. So you appear to me to be a bit like an Aries. Are you an Aries by any chance?
No.
What are you?
I'm a Capricorn.
A Capricorn, which is what was on the card. I was guessing, but the card knew.
Oh, look at that.
Your star sign is Capricorn.
Yeah.
And it said your lucky card is the King of Hearts. Let's have a look what you stopped at. What was the number you stopped at?
6.
6, which was the King of Hearts.
Hey, I like that.
Thank you, Bruce. Terrific. Thanks a lot. Right, that's all we've got time for, folks. We're going to say good night to all of you lovely people out there. Give everybody a wave, our lovely gallery, and say good night. And to all of you out there in Facebook land who are watching by Facebook Live, we're going to say bye. The feed will stop now, and we will stop the recording as well.
Thank you so much.